how I came out to my parents is very different to a lot of people. I already had an established life before telling them. I had a place to stay. I had my own money, my own car. Like, I wasn't in danger in any way, shape, or form. It wasn't as dangerous as a lot of other people's situations can be. I just wanted to say, like, I was safe. Here is how I came out to my parents. Now, I am not going to suggest that this is the method you should use. I am not saying that anyone else's parents or guardian or any figure really is going to react the same way. This is just how it happened for me personally. I had very recently started like practicing and experimenting with makeup, and I was just sitting in the kitchen with my mom, and it was just me and her, and she just goes, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was like, "Sure." She just immediately clocks me, like right away. She's like, "I think you are trying to be more feminine. Is that something you're trying to do? Is that something you want help with?" And I immediately was like, yeah. My mom has always been very good at just knowing how I feel without me needing to really say anything. It is just one of those mom super abilities. At the time, I was super nervous. I was like shaking, and I said yes, and she said, "That's completely fine, but I don't think your father is going to react that calmly." And he didn't. All three of us are sitting in the kitchen. He kind of just like jokingly asked me about the makeup and stuff. I said, "I think I'm trans, and I think I want to at least try transitioning and see how I feel. I'm not going to say immediately right now that like I'm going to identify as a woman, whatever, because at the time I was unsure, but I want to see how I feel, and you can support it or not, but this is just going to happen." Well, that's stupid. That was like the first thing he told me. Then obviously the very common ones came out, like, "You can never be a woman. A man can't just become a woman." All those, the general shit, right? I told him that one day, or if later or whatever, he was willing to sit down with me and talk this through, and I could show him what I mean and talk about and educate him a bit more, I would be very willing to. But if he was just gonna be fucking a piece of shit, basically, don't talk to me. My mom came into the kitchen while we were kind of just going back and forth with each other. Because at this point, now I'm emotional, now I'm angry, and I'm basically kind of blurting out everything I know about trans people to his face, and he's just like stonewalling me and not listening. She kind of literally did this, shh, to my dad, looked me in the face and hugged me and said, "No matter who you are, no matter what you do, however you present yourself, how you dress, whatever, you'll still be our kid. We'll love the shit out of you, and it doesn't fucking matter. Your dad is upset and angry because he doesn't understand, not because he doesn't love you." And then she just grabbed him and they left. And a couple of days later, my mom calls me and she goes, "Hi, baby. You want to know what your dumbass father is doing right now?" I'm like, "No, what is he doing?" And she goes, "He's laying in bed depressed that quote unquote he doesn't have a son anymore. Like an idiot." And she was just like yelling, like speaking loud as hell, so she like, you know, he could hear her. And she goes, "I hope your day is good. I just want to let you know that like I'll drag his ass out of bed. He's not gonna fucking be this 14-year-old laying in bed. You're fine. Nothing what you said was upsetting." After that day, he did come to me and he was like, "I love you. I don't care like what the fuck you are. I just don't get it. I don't understand why the fuck you would put yourself in this situation. Makes your life harder. But if that's something you want to do, okay." And he said like, "I love you, and I hope you can understand that where I'm coming from." And he gave me a hug. After that, it was very much like he knew about it, but we didn't really talk about it much until I'm just sitting in the car with him and we're on our way home, and he just goes, "Are you gonna just like chop your dick off?" And I go, "What?" And that's when I finally got to explain to him the difference between like sex and gender. And I told him, no, I don't have any plans of getting bottom surgery or whatever. And when he asked why not, I told him very blatantly, "I don't have bottom dysphoria. It doesn't bother me." And when I told him that, he said, "Well, then you can never be a woman." And I got really upset and angry again. And I explained again, the way you link gender and sex together is wrong. My dad is very old school. It's a different human being that has a completely different wiring.
If your genitals are your gender, then my gender must be dick and balls.
After a while, he kind of just got over it. I kept waist training. I kept dressing however I want, being however I want, whatever. And so here we are.